What deeper meaning can you find using acronyms? So I will demonstrate an acronym that stood out to me. So a brief, quick little story about how this acronym came to me. So in my years of high school, I was imagining my future self, and this thing came out to me and I was like, wow, I really like that. And it contains these 3 letters. Lab. L.A.B. So there are 3 parts to this, and you have to have all 3 of them to make it complete. So the first one is that you must look the part. And I'm going to talk more in a relatable sense, but I'm going to put some writing in there too. So, looking the part, how you represent yourself is how people is going to perceive about who you could be. But as a fact, what you represent and how you stand and what you stand for. In a writing sense, the first thing that someone's going to see is the title. What is the title going to perceive about the writing that you have created? If we're talking about a book sense, not only is the person looking at the title, the person's also looking at the cover. And we usually say, don't judge a book by its cover, but that seems to be quite deceiving and misleading. And it's very important of what the title, what the cover represents. So it has to look the part. It has to match up of what you're talking about. And this leads up to A, which stands for act the part. So pretty much, you got the looks of it. Now you gotta act upon it. You must put your work into action. So whenever you are going up to a crowd, you gotta know what you're saying. You gotta know what you're doing. You got to put the act into it. And in writing sense, whenever someone opens the book or gets started reading, what is hooking the reader to keep on going? And if you cannot hook the reader within a sentence or 2, the person is going to look over it and be like, yeah, why was that worth my time? So it's very, very important to act upon what you are doing. And then the final part of the letter B is be the part. Show everyone that you are the best person in the room, that you know what you're talking about, you know what you're doing, you know how to present yourself, you know what you're going to act upon. You're going to do it. You're going to apply it and show everyone this is what this is all about. In a writing sense, as someone is reading through the story, make sure everything comes together and ties a knot all the way through the end to leave people satisfied. And you must have all 3 of these parts of lab in order for it to make it work. You can have the looks and the acts, but if you're not actually being it, it's pointless. So you must look the part, act the part, and be the part. And that's how it works.